That's illegal.
Pay for it too.
Welcome back to Wiseman Company, everybody. My name is Noah. It's good to see all of you again. And today I wanted to talk with you a little bit about my loadout from the Florida tactical games. So for those of you who don't know, I've been at most of the tactical games since 2018. I only missed the South Carolina event this year, but I have been a spectator for all of those for media purposes. I had an opportunity to film several of them, take photos for several of them, and it was a lot of fun being there to support my friends who were competing, Ben, Jason, Rusty, all those guys, and had a lot of fun doing that. So I decided that for the last one of the year that I would set aside the camera and pick up my rifle and gear and compete. And so I wanted to give you guys a quick overview of the equipment that I used. I'm going to start here with my pistol, whatever you want to call this, this is a build that Ben and I put together. It is a complete Midwest Industries upper with a Falcor bolt carrying group. It does have the Midwest Industries irons and Midwest Industries charging handle. This is a really cruddy lower that I had laying around that we put together, but I did put the velocity triggers in there, just their standard curves. This thing is fantastic. Love velocity triggers. And all of my builds have these tiny little Troy CQBs. Now this is the older version. The newer version is a little bit larger, but I again have small hands, like that more upright grip, and put that on there. I also do run a LFT lead faucet tactical hand stop on mine. And then I have on the rail a prototype Lunar Concepts rail wrap. And for my muzzle device, I do use the QD mount 3-prong for silencer code suppressors. For my red dot, I have the primary arms Cyclops. This thing has the etch reticle. Man, I can't tell you how much I like that. I actually just used the reticle, didn't even turn the dot on as far as the light goes. Absolutely love this. Wish it weighed just a tiny little bit less, but man, solid optic. Can't say enough good stuff about that. As far as additional accessories on my rifle, I do have the Lunar Concepts split fix, the Lunar Concepts contour sling, and the Lunar Concepts Bubba tab, all of which are available at our website. I'll put a link here and you can go check that out. But these things were fantastic. The Bubba tab was just absolutely great in the low crawl event because I was able to have my sling all wrapped up. It wasn't bouncing around as I was low crawling with this across my arms, and kept everything nice and tight and neat for me. And I was able to just flip it open, get ready to go, and go to work. So that is pretty much my rifle setup, and what I used for that. I had absolutely no issues. I had no malfunctions, no misfeeds, no failure fires, no issues whatsoever with my rifle. For my plate carrier, a lot of you guys should be familiar with this. Going back to the very beginning of Wiseman Company, this is my Faro Concept Slickster. It didn't let me down. I obviously have not put in as much time as Ben has and didn't have some of the issues that he's had yet. One of the big upgrades that I made though was, again, I'm very fortunate to be friends with Chris Moon from Lunar Concepts, and he did make me some shoulder pads for it. And those were a huge benefit in the event. Having those.
Because your shoulders are so broad.
It's more like because they're so little, everything like rides into them. So, but the no problems with the Slickster. Again, for those of you who are thinking about a plate carrier, I'd highly recommend a setup like this. The Spirit system like Ben runs, something that is a slick setup where you can add and take away pieces that you need. It allows you to be able to set it up mission specific. I see a lot of people running big duty rigs and things like that, and kudos to those people who are police officers who are out there running in the gear that they, the games, and running the gear that they actually have to wear on the job. I applaud you. I think that's a great way to vet your equipment. But I do see a lot of problems with those things getting caught up on things. And again, as a spectator, I got to see a lot more of that. And so for me, having this slick setup was really the way to go. And I would recommend that, because you can always add things to it, but it's great to be able to take that away and run it pretty much just completely slick. As far as the plates go, I run a ceramic front and a steel back, just like what Ben does. That gives us the weight that we want and allows it to be a little bit more balanced when you have mags up in the front. My belt setup is an outer belt made by, I bet you never guessed, Lunar Concepts. And most of the nylon gear that I was running is all from Chris. Does a great job. You can check out his gear again on our website or over at lunarconcepts.com. It does have the Cobra buckle. This was fantastic because I was able to put it on, take it off easily, and set it up. I didn't have to worry about my pants falling off or anything like that. I did run 3 pistol magazine pouches. As you can see, I really am sort of a hodgepodge. I don't have any set. 2 of those are made by Lunar Concepts, and one of those is an HSGI taco style. And then my AR mags were also HSGI taco style. I carried 2 of those. And then on my plate carrier, I had 3 mags available. For my pistol, I just ran a, believe it or not, this is a Glock Kydex holster, again made by my good friend Chris Moon. But this actually was carrying my Rex Delta. And this, I wanted to put it through its paces. I really enjoyed shooting this gun. This is probably my favorite gun from 2019. And wanted to give it a chance to see how it would do. And I can honestly say that I had no problems. I had one misfire. I'm not 100% sure what happened. I was able to find the round, put it back in, and it fired. I don't know if I didn't put the gun into battery or what happened, but I had otherwise no issues, and this was miserable conditions to be shooting in. The sand was in everything. I did wipe it down at the start of the second day and give it a quick lube job, but otherwise didn't clean it, didn't do anything. Had no issues with magazines. Really do like this gun. So if you're looking for a polymer frame gun, I would highly recommend taking a look at the Rex Delta. I wouldn't change anything on this except for that front sight. I think that white dot is a little bit big. I'd probably switch that out to a fiber optic, and I will probably do that at some point in the future. Come on, Noah. Well, there you have it. The only other thing that I would recommend is do wear in the ear protection. And then this is one of the things that I saw as a spectator and talked a lot with Ben about. Those over the ears are great for a lot of range sessions, and you can hear things because of the electronic versions, but they really get in your way. They catch up on things when you're crawling around. You can't get low on your rifle a lot of the times when you're in awkward positions. So I did run some in the ear protection, and they worked fantastic for the weekend, and I would recommend that. Guys, I'd love to answer any questions that you might have about my gear or about the tactical games. You can leave me a comment or question down below, and I will get to those as best as I can. Thanks so much for joining us. If you made it all the way to the end, we'd really appreciate it if you'd give us either a thumbs up or a thumbs down. And if you give us a thumbs down, let us know in the comments down below why you didn't like this video. If you haven't subscribed to Wiseman Company, I'd really appreciate it if you do that, and then ring that bell so that you get notifications when new content comes out. Ben is just cranking out content these days, and I'm trying to fill in some as well. So we really do appreciate all your support. Head over to Wiseman Company and .com and check out some of our Lunar Concepts gear as well as our other stuff. Thanks again so much for joining us, and we'll see you on the next video.